little different this morning. Today, I'm gonna go help my friend Bobby out. Bobby Maximus. We're shooting a unboxing at his gym. So this is the first unboxing I've ever done for somebody else. Bobby used to be in the UFC. He's a world-renowned trainer, many Guinness World Records. Used to train for the infamous Jim Jones, where they trained like Aquaman and Superman. And I thought, for all you, what's the word? Upcoming entrepreneurs, be a really good chance to see what Bobby does and how he's turned a passion into a very successful business. So as you can see, this is Bobby's amazing gym, Maximus Gym. He's got all the fun toys. He just got a new toy, this thing on the ground over there. It's a big flywheel, so that's what we're gonna be unboxing, talking about today, shooting for Bobby. And then, yeah, maybe we can get him to talk a little bit about Maximus Gym and why he started it. How did you get into this? Like, you went from training at Jim Jones and now you have your own. I mean, this place is incredible. You have like all the toys you could ever want. What was that progression from the UFC to Jim Jones?
Man, honestly, it kind of happened, I'm not gonna say by accident, but when I was younger, I never had the self-confidence to turn my passion into my business or like live my dream. And so I bounced around from job to job. I taught kindergarten at one point. I was a cop. In that order, by the way. I'm not gonna reverse like kindergarten cop, but I always tried to have a real job, but my love was training people and training myself. I just didn't know how to do it. And then I woke up one day and I don't even know what got into me, but I'm like, I'm done with a normal life. I really, really, really want to take a chance on myself and make this work. So I quit my job. That was when I was with the police. I had a good pension. People were shocked that I was doing it. Packed everything up, moved to the States, and here I am.
Because you were in Canada.
Yeah.
I'm sure somebody out there is like, when do I take that leap? And I don't know if it's a thing where you're like, oh, it's...
Yeah, I would say it's a confidence thing and what you're willing to put into it. Because here's the reality. You want to go be a photographer now and you want to build yourself up in the photography world. There's going to be a lot of hours you put in with no return. Mm-hmm. So you'd better make sure, A, you're confident that you can stick this out for 2, 3, 4, 5 years till you're successful. And the other thing is, I think you got to ask yourself, do you really love it? I would be lying to you if I said the thought didn't come in my mind about maybe I need to get a real job. Like, can I do this on my own?
Yeah.
I'm going to put all my money, I'm going to buy a gym, I'm going to buy all this equipment, and I'm going to go for it full steam ahead.
Yeah.
And then it's funny because that was, 3 years ago. This year is when it's really started gaining traction. So don't think either, and this is why I say you got to be sure of yourself, don't think either. There were some bleak nights year one or year two wondering like, is this really going to work?
Thanks, man. So how cool is that? So like I said, I've known Bobby for a while. He's hugely influential in my life, very inspirational. The guy has just absolutely worked his ass off. And now he has one of the nicest secret gyms in all of Utah, and he does very well for himself. I'm actually gonna go meet up with another person, my old roommate Joel, who's also turned a passion into like his main career. And I'm really excited to go show you, because he's very different than Bobby. It's gonna be really interesting.
Well, I took a ton of paint lessons when I was a kid and in college. All my elective classes were either like basketball, volleyball, or something artistic like drawing, painting. And then it's always just been kind of a little hobby. And then a few years ago, got back from Nepal and I got pretty sick. And it kind of took my other hobbies away. I had to stop playing volleyball as much. Just wasn't feeling it, and so I just needed some type of an outlet. And yeah, I just found, painting. I had a buddy that I worked with. He was like, man, I would love, you know, something artistic I could hang. And so I just did like this Darth Vader really quick for him, and he loved it. And then from then I just started getting requests. I started putting them up on Instagram, and people just started, you know, saying, hey, if I paid you, would you pay me something? And I was like, sure, I guess. Well, some like notable people that have reached out and gotten paintings. Kate Stradamus is one that he, you know, paints shoes and does art for, you know, all sorts of NFL and NBA and MLB players and stuff. I did a painting for Baron Davis, basketball player. I did one for, well, that's for his mom, for Zach Wilson, but I did one for him as well, and that was kind of fun. I had my first commission piece was from my buddy Griff. He wanted this Arnold Schwarzenegger piece for his garage, for his gym. We just worked out a little deal where I was just like, yeah, man, just give me $200. And he was like, oh, that's easy, let's do that. And it was hard because a lot of my first commissions were just with friends that I knew, and so I always wanted to like give them a really good deal, or, you know, I never wanted to think that I was like, oh, this is like what I do for a living and I'm a real painter, and, you know, I was just like, oh, I'll just do this, like, you're a homie, I'll just get this done. But then I just started charging per square inch, and so I started out around 25 cents per square inch, and as I got more and more requests, I just got a little bit more confident with what I was doing. I felt like more and more people wanted these pieces, so I was like, well, maybe I can, you know, up the price on it if there's, you know, a bit of a demand. And so I just slowly kept upping it, you know, got up to 50 cents, 75 cents, and now I'm, you know, roughly $1.25 per square inch for the originals. Because it's kind of scary, because I have had to turn some people away, and you think, I'm turning away this commission, I could, you know, that's money that could go into my, you know, account, pay for my bills, blah, blah, blah. You know, if you don't, I just felt like if I don't ever like actually try to take this serious, then I would never actually become like a serious, you know, artist, you know, does this for a living full time. So,
hey, future Brandon here. What Joel just said is so incredibly important and valuable, and this is a lesson I want you to learn as soon as possible. When you're first starting out, you're going to take deals that aren't great for you because you're unsure if future money will come in. You're like, I gotta get this now. But what ends up happening is it devalues you, your product, and brings you clients you don't really want to work with. Set a price and stick to it. The clients that end up paying that price are gonna be more professional and better to work with. You're gonna get paid what you want and what you're worth, and it lets the client know that you're a professional and should be taken seriously. Now, there are times to negotiate, times to do things for free, but those we'll save for a different video.
it's a little bit scary, but it's just something you have to do. But that's like why, you know, prints is such a good option. You already do the work, you know, as long as and people, you know, sometimes somebody doesn't want to pay $2,500 for an original piece that's this big, but they'll pay $350, you know, because they love the art. That's been kind of fun. I just launched that, which is, we'll see where that goes.
What's the website?
It's joechata.com. That's JOCAHTA. Hopefully it keeps going well.
It'll take off.
Yeah.
How cool is that? Bobby and Joel, great guys, turning their passion into money, success, and a great career. Can you do it? Absolutely you can. I think it takes a couple of things. One, I think it takes passion. We already know that, passion. The second thing it takes is patience. Neither of these guys was able to do it overnight. It's that, like, it took him 20 years to become an overnight success, quote. 3, it takes a lot of grit. As Bobby said, you're going to be working a lot with no return, so you better make sure that you love what you're doing. Trust me, there have been plenty of times where I have taken zero money because I knew it was going to be a good experience for me and lead me into something else. You also need to get to the point of scalability. Initially, you're going to keep raising prices, but eventually the demand for what you're doing is still so high, no matter what you charge, it's not going to be worth it. So you need to have a product that you can sell that doesn't require any of your time. Anyway, I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, let me know down below. And if you have any questions, if you want to ask Bobby or Joel or me a question about what they do, please feel free to write it in the comments down below. And in the next vlog, we'll get those answered. All right, I will see you on the next one. Peace.